Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you may be, or good evening or good night. This is Jen at Jen's Arty Inclinations, a place to create, share and play. Day 19 of Defember 2022, hosted by 49 Dragonflies and Louise Heinzel. Today's prompts are fabric and page tab, and the animal is snail. Alrighty, so I'm starting out by, I didn't have anywhere that I could think of to use the big snail. So I printed out just a couple of little snail shells that I'm about to emboss. And I used, just rolled sticky tape on itself so that I could stick them to this stick and then cover them and, because really my finger would just smudge all of that off. Don't you love watching the embossing go to all glossy under the heat thingy bob? I love it. Goodness me, I cannot find my words today. This is going to be a fun video, everyone. Alrighty, so I'll run that through the embosser a few times, but I made these little tassels and then I've actually stamped the page numbers on 2 page tabs. So 1 to 13 and then also page 16 and then 14 to 25. Put them in the right order there, Jen. So that's what I came up with. I just stamped that onto fabric. Then I've also got some fabric and lace that I kind of thought would go with the colours of, snails and things like that. And I did a little, what do you call that one? Come on, everybody, help me. Find your words, Jen. Ruffle. So that's sort of my thinking. Put the ruffle on, put the lace on the little cardboard that'll make the page tab, and then the little label on top of it. And then the tassel can just have one of the little snails clipped onto it. You kind of get my gist? So I have no idea how I'm going to do it there. But first, I want to show you a couple of easy, quick ways that I thought of to do tabs until I came up with the even easier one. But I have this tab top cutter punch, and a lot of people have this. So it's got these 3 little widths that you can go in. And what I found was if I went just above the hole but below the very top, then it stays attached together. So that could be a tag, but it can also be a tab. And then you can just hang a little dangle off that hole or put a little rivet through it, I thought that was a cute way to show you one of the things that I worked out. And then I actually also worked out that if you go just, halfway through the hole, I did it too low the first time, but I'll punch it again in just a second. There we go. And I've just got like half hole in the top there instead of the full one. And then you can put a little paper clip in between. And then, again, you can put a dangle off it. So, I do love a dangle. I thought that I'd just share that. Now, this is another way. And, I mucked up my punch, basically. However, punch it on the corner. You just kind of work out where you put it. You can even put some little marks on your punch to, line your paper up. But this is where I mucked it up. See, I just jammed my punch. I'll fix that later. That's what my arms are just throwing up going, later. So then you kind of make those little tabs. You can even round the corner tops to make it close to a whale punch looking kind of thing. So yeah, I thought you'd like to see those couple of ways that you can do your tabs. And now we're back to it. So I'm doing a second coat of my, my enamel. Jules, you taught me that. How you can actually do extra coats of not your enamel, of your embossing, and then you can get them nice and glossy, nice and thick, more charm-like, and yeah, they become more useful. So here I'm doing my tabs as a hidden paperclip so that I can move them around if I so desire. I could change those little labels if I so desire. You know the story. I'm not very good at committing to things, so it's the best thing about glue sometimes that, I just got to make a commitment. Anyhow, I'm simply folding down a little scrap piece of paper, to fit inside those cardboard pieces, and I worked out that I didn't make them long enough for the actual paper clips. However, easy fix. First, I'm just going to cut the back down. I like my backs to be a little bit shorter because it makes them easier to slip them on the page. And when I put my paper clips down, I like to put I like washi tape over the top of the paper clips because you can glue over that really easily. So that helps, but it just makes sure that they're secure. So I do that with the glue that I glue them inside. Now, as I said, I didn't make my actual pieces of cardboard long enough, but hey, nothing that book page can't fix. Book page, it solves everything. It's right up there with butterflies. Love a book page. All right, so then I just did a little strip that made sure that it covered the actual paper clips, and then I'm just gluing it into my little cardboard strip. And I rounded the corners and I inked the edges. Have you ever known me not to do that? No, I don't think you have. I don't think I know how not to do that. I think I did it once without it and then had to sneak back afterwards to do it. I'm a bit obsessive about it. So all I've done is I've just glued the actual book page inside the tabs there, and then I'm gluing the paper clip to make it a hidden paper clip inside the tabs. So the long side on the long front and the short side on the short paper clip bit. I mucked up my words again. Okay. And folks, I don't think it gets any more technical in this video. I think this is the most technical that it gets. So popping that paper clip over a scrap piece so then you can still slip it over something, and then covering it over, making the back shorter than the front, Bob's your uncle, all done. So there you go. See how it slips on a page? I'm just testing it, to make sure that I haven't mucked it up. You can hear my brain today, so it's sort of all over the place. And not that that's terribly unusual here, but yes, that works both ways. And so now a third coat on the little snail shells. Oh, and I'm not sure if I mentioned before, but I did actually hole punch before I did the second and third coats, just to try and keep that hole clear and to give it a bit of a nice edge with the actual embossing powder as well. So now I'm simply gluing my lace down. That's what I decided. I was going to sew around them all open, but this is what I came up with. So gluing the lace down, making a beautiful mess of my desk. By the way, these laces and the fabric that are, the laces are hand dyed. They're all nice and grungy dyed. And then the fabrics were all in a lovely long sort of sari strip. I got them from Which Craft Do You Do? And love them so much. So yeah, if you're in Australia, they're a good supplier. Not sponsored, just really enjoyed the service and really enjoyed the quality of the product when it came in. Now, as you can see, I decided that I'd sew across the frills to put them on. So I sewed one way and then I sewed the other way. I worked out that I really did it all wrong, but it still looked okay in the end. I really could have found a better way. Plus, I kept forgetting that my paper clip was in there, and so I sewed over it and I jammed my machine a few times. So, yeah, I saved you from all of that. And I'm sure that you will find a much, much better, more efficient way than myself. So then I'm just gluing on the little tabs, and all I've got left to do is to put on my little tassels with the little snail shells, and then I'm done. Oh, no, I fib. Oh, I fibbed again. I'm sure I fibbed yesterday too. I'm so sorry. I was going to pin the tassels just through the card, but then I thought, look, they will probably last longer, especially since you made them removable, if you actually pop a little eyelet on them to give them that strength where you can actually hang your tassels off. So I did that on both of them, put a little eyelet in, just a black one, and then I'm threading my little snail shell onto the tassel and just pinning it through the little hole. So, yeah, look, they worked out really cutely. Next time I do them, I'll probably manage to, get a better finish. But I do love, that's part of the thing that I really love about junk journals is that imperfect sort of rusticness that you can get and still have something that looks so wonderful. I cannot stop feeling these in my book. They just feel so fabulous. And the colours work really well. They give the book a bit of a pop. So, yeah, there they are. And now I'll just slip them onto the book so that you can actually see what they look like in the finished product, so to speak. So here it is on the first page that we did. Remember the mason jar? And then we added day 16 as well to that same page because it had, an empty pocket. I couldn't have that. So there's the first one slipped on, and then I'm about to slip the second one on. And, see, I did already do it and I tore the page. So I went back and I went, I can use that snail picture. Yay! So I popped the snail picture on, and this is just at the beginning of the second section. So I've got 2 signatures. So this is just, again, at that signature. And so there he is. Don't they work well? Popped him up a little bit in the end because I realised that I couldn't tie the book closed because of where my tie is. But there's the first one with his little snail shell. So cute. That one's got a little ladybird on it too. You will not be able to see that on camera, I'm sure. And here's the second one with his little snail shell. Again, so cute. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'd love it if you could leave me a comment below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed what you saw today. And of course, please subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you next time. And in the meantime, keep creating. Enjoy.